Here is another tutorial on Adobe Animate CC, and we're going to look at how we can animate masks. So I have a file open here. This is titled Porsche Add, and it is something that we started working on before when we were looking at rotating elements. In fact, let's go preview this and you can see what this does. Okay, so we worked on this one before and we made the wheels rotate. Actually made one wheel rotate by making it a symbol. We duplicated it to get our second wheel. We added the car body, and then we took those three elements and then combined them into one symbol, and then that symbol we made roll across the stage. And that's as far as we took it before. I have since gone and added a few more elements. My stage background color is just that dark gray at the bottom, kind of looking like the road. I put the background in there, the fields and the sky, just to give something behind or beyond the road. I added the Porsche logo type. It's just sitting there on the page, not doing anything. And then I added the Porsche logo, which moves in from the top, and its alpha or opacity is changing as it moves in as well. So that's what I've done with it since we last worked on it. If we were to take a look at it, so obviously it's running endlessly, which doesn't make much sense. So we need to put a stop on it so that it doesn't keep running endlessly. And then the other thing that I want to look at is, I actually kind of like this, how the car goes over the Porsche type. You can see it through the window. But what I really want it to do is I want the Porsche type to not show up until the car goes by, and as the car goes by it reveals that. So we're going to use a mask to do that, and that mask is going to have to be animated and move along with the car. So that's our goal. That's where we're going with this. So let's hide that and get back over into Animate. Okay, so here we are. Here are all of our elements on the stage. You can come down to the timeline and scrub through it and see how the things move. Okay, that all works okay. I have my different layers that I built before. So there's my logo mark that moves down. I have wheels and car body because they were separate at one point, though you'll actually see that there's art on wheels, and car body here doesn't have anything on it. So I could actually delete this layer at this point. I could select that and delete that. It's not being used. I can come up and rename wheels to say car. Okay, there's a layer with my logo type, so that's the text right there, and then my sky, my background image is sitting there. So that's everything that I have sitting on the page right now. Let's go put an action on there so that it doesn't loop endlessly. So I'm going to click on the logo mark layer, come down here to the bottom and create a new layer, and I'm going to name this one Actions. Okay, so I can put that on there. Let's see, so my stop action needs to go there. So I add that one, and then I want to come out to frame 60 because that's the point at which I want it to stop running. I'm going to right click and I'm going to insert a blank keyframe right there. Okay, nothing in that keyframe right now, but just to give me that point right there. And now I want to go up to Window and I want to find Actions. Okay, so there are my actions. Well, coming up, there we go. There are my actions, and once I get the actions up, I want to click up here in the upper right hand corner and get the code snippets. Okay, we're working in HTML5 canvas. This is timeline navigation, and right there, the first one, stop at this frame. So frame 60 that I have just put that keyframe on, I'm going to stop at that frame. So I'm going to double click that, adds the code in there. Again, it has comments ahead of it. You can leave them or you can delete them. Either one is fine. So that will work fine. I'm also going to grab this Actions panel and drag it right over here to the side so it's sitting right here next time I need it. Put it and my code snippets right there. Okay, so they're sitting right there. Okay, so I put that stop action there, and now if I go preview this again, we should see it run through once, and it stops except my wheels keep going. So I should actually go back at some point and fix that one, but I'm going to keep moving right now. Okay, so let's come back in here and save because I made some changes. Okay, so the main thing that I want to look at is how we can make masks and how we can animate those masks. So I need a mask that's going to go over the Porsche type right here. I'm going to zoom using my command plus, as is typical in the Adobe products. I can move it a little bit closer. Now I need to give myself some space to work. So I'm going to come down to my layers, and I need a new layer above logo type. So see, there's the logo type. I'm going to put my mask layer above it. So I'm going to hit the new layer. I'm going to name this one mask. And I actually need a second layer just to work with right now. So I'm going to create another one. It's named layer 3. That's fine. I'm going to end up deleting that one, but there gives me some workspace right now. So the other thing I want to do is I want to come in here and lock the layers I'm not working on. So I'm just clicking and dragging down, and I have everything locked except the 2 mask layers where I'm working. So now I won't accidentally grab anything that is sitting there. So I need to move out a little bit. I need to be able to see all of the type, and I want to see the edge of this car. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to come right over here, find your rectangle tool. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to draw the shape that is going to end up being my mask. So if I look at my fill and stroke in my properties panel, I have no stroke, so that's great. I'm going to go to my fill, and I'm going to make it something real obvious. So nice bright green, and I'm going to change my alpha to like 50%. So I've got 50% opacity on that. Therefore, I'll be able to see through it. Now, I'm on let's go to my mask layer down here. Now coming back up here where I want my mask to be, I'm going to go up to the corner of the Porsche type. I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag. Now I'm going to have to go zoom in a minute and see if I got all the way to the edge of that P. I want to make sure that I do. And I want to drag it behind the car. Make sure that I've got all the way past the edge of the car. Okay? Draw that one. Now I can zoom in, Command plus again to zoom in. Go back and get my selection arrow. And I can hold my space bar to get the hand and move around in here. Okay, so it looks like I covered all that okay. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to bump it just a little bit using my arrow keys. I want to make sure that just got to make sure that I get all the way around that type. So there we go, that looks good. Make sure I've covered it completely. Okay, let's slide back over to where the window is. Okay, now it goes behind the car here, and I can kind of see where it sits right there. Okay, so that is most of the area that I need for the mask. Now the other thing is I need it to follow along the line or the edge of this window right here. And it's not a nice, easy shape. So if it were, I could go grab, I suppose I could do it with the oval tool, and I could draw an oval, but I would have to get the edge of it to follow this, which seems a little obnoxious. That'd be kind of challenging to do that. So there are 2 ways that I can fix this. We'll look at both of them real quick. The first one is honestly a little bit simpler, but I don't think it gives me as good a results as the second one. So let's go over and I'll show it to you though. Let's go find the lasso tool over here, okay? Get the lasso tool, I'm on the mask layer, which is where this green box is. And I can come in here and simply select the area that I want to remove. So I can kind of run right along here. Now, maybe it's because I'm on a laptop. I can't get a real clean line here. Looking really jagged to me. I can do that and create a selection around the area of the box I want to remove. Okay, so it's selected. In fact, here, let's go hide the car. So that's the area right there. It's selected, and then if I hit the delete key, then that would actually take care of it. I want that area gone. Now, I'm not real thrilled with this edge. I got some real kind of jaggies in here. So I think I'm going to undo that, click off of it to deselect that, and let's turn my car back on. Okay, so that might work. It would probably work. It might work if I'm using a mouse, but I'm on a laptop at the moment using the trackpad. And if I was using a pen on a touch monitor, then I might be able to get that one to work well. Just depends on how steady your hand's feeling at the moment. So the other way we can go about it, let me show you that one. That's what we created this layer 3 for, because I needed a working space to work here. So to do this way, I'm actually going to go find the pen tool over here. Let's see where my pen tool go. There it is right there. I'm going to go grab my pen tool and work with this. Now the pen tool, I really wish it felt just like it did in Illustrator, but it doesn't seem to. But let me show you. So I'm on my layer 3, this open layer down here. I'm going to come right down here. So this should be about the edge of my car window. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. Okay, so far we're looking good. I can click and create my lines. Okay, I got a big heavy stroke. I'll have to deal with that in a few minutes. As I pull these out, I can create really pretty decent looking curve right here from my window. Okay, that doesn't look bad. Now, my corner's here, so I'm going to just slide down here, okay, like that. One more there. And then as I get over the end point, look at the pen cursor, see where it gets that O on it right there? That's what it does when it's going to close. Okay, so I have a nice shape right here. Okay, that part is really good. I'm happy with that one, but here's where it doesn't act like I expect it to. So I'm going to come up and grab my selection tool again. You know what, let's go lock my mask layer. I don't want to mess with it yet. I want to go just on this layer that I'm working on right now that I just used the pen tool on. So I'm going to click and drag around this path. Okay, that's how we select it. And now you would probably want to come up and see right here, I want to change my fill and I want to get rid of my stroke. I could go to stroke and change it, but it won't let me change my fill. And that's what I really need, is to change my fill. So I'm kind of stuck. So I have to make a couple changes. I need, with it selected, I'm going to come up to Modify. I'm going to go down to Combine Objects, and I'm going to select Union. And when I do that, okay, there you go. Now see, this looks like what I would expect it to look like working in Illustrator. That looks more natural to me. Now I can come and I can change my color. So I'm going to go for a blue, and okay, it's got some alpha set on it as well. That's good. Oops, that's not what I meant to do, but that's okay. I'll hide my car for a minute if I want to. Okay, so let's grab this thing back. And I want to go get rid of the stroke on it. Okay. Now, when I'm working here, you see now that it's a drawing object. You see up at the top of the properties. It's no longer a shape, it's a drawing object. So it's acting differently than I want it to. Okay, is this blue or is this gray? Make it blue. There we go. Okay, it's a drawing object. But as a drawing object, it's not going to work how I want it to. So again, with it still selected, I'm going to go up to Modify. I want to come down and I want to select Break Apart. Okay, now when I do that, you see it's a shape again. Okay, so this shape, look down at the timeline, it's on layer 3. My mask is one below that. Okay, so I have it selected, so I click off, click on, that's selected. Okay, so select this shape that you've created. Okay, we had to do this couple extra steps to it. I'm going to go up, I'm going to tell it to cut. And now I'm going down to my mask layer, where my original mask is. I need to unlock it so I can work on that layer. I'm going to click on the mask layer. Okay. So with that in memory still, that other piece, I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to tell it to paste in place. And it drops it right in place right there. Now, I'm going to click off of it, deselect it, come back and select it again, and I'm going to hit the delete key. And you'll notice that when you're working with shapes like this, when you lay one on top of the other, deselect it, if you then delete it, I mean, it keeps them as separate shapes, but when you delete it, it deletes any shape behind it. So I've got a cleaner edge on this one. I'm happier with the edge on this. So it definitely took me a few extra steps to get there, but I'm happy with the shape of my mask now. Okay, so now I can go down to layer 3. This is just that working layer, and I'm going to delete it. I'm not using it for anything else. Okay, so I am done with that one. So let's get it out of the way. Okay. Okay, so now let's start to work with the animating of it, and then we'll work with setting it to be the mask. So let's zoom out, or I can do a command 1 that shows me the whole thing. And as I move through here, oh, I'm like, where's my car? I forgot I turned the car off. There's the car. Okay, I hid the car, and I can see this thing move. Okay, so my mask is in a good ending position, but not a good beginning position. Okay, so I'm happy with where it is at the end. So I'm going to go down to my timeline here, scrub to frame number 1. So this is my beginning point. And I want to move my mask over to where it should be. So zooming in again, so probably not quite that much, and come over here. I'm going to grab this mask and drag it over here. I'm holding the shift key to constrain it as it goes. And I want it to go right up next to the car. Okay, no thank you, Siri. Let's go right there, where I can see the edge. Okay, now I'm going to drag it right up against the edge of my window, just like that. So that looks like about the right spot. Okay, so that's where it belongs at frame 1. Okay. So, and now I need to go insert a keyframe. So here's my mask layer. Go insert a keyframe down here at frame 60. Okay, so that's the other point. Now my car moved when I clicked there, so I'm going to have to fix this. I'm going to right click there and insert a keyframe. Okay, so if you scrub, the car moves, but the mask doesn't. So make sure you're on the mask layer on frame 60. And now I need to move the mask back over up against the car. So I'm going to get over close, zoom in again, so I can kind of see where the window is. And try and get a good position. Okay, I think that's a good position up against my window right there. Okay, so that's where it is on 60. So it's there on frame 60. So now I need to create a classic tween between the two. So I'm going to click there and do a right click and create a classic tween. Okay. So now I can see them both move. Okay. So now it is actually moving. So we are almost there. I just need to come down here to my mask layer. Okay. Logo type is directly below it. I'm going to right click on my mask layer, and you'll find right there it says mask. Okay, so I set it to mask. It looks like it goes away here, and then as I scrub through, you can see it appear right there. Okay, so let's go do a preview real quick and do save and do a preview. Okay, so it kind of looks good, but it looks like we have one little problem. I don't know if you see it. See how it seems to be following behind the car? It's kind of fallen behind. So let's go back over here and let's scrub through here real quick and watch it. So as we go through here, I know it's right against the car at the beginning point here. And as we come out here, as we get to the edge, you see it's already fallen behind. You can see there. So it's falling behind it. And then as we reach the endpoints, it's catching up. It catches up to it. So I don't know if you know what's doing that. But it's actually moving at a different rate than the car. And what we did, it's because we put an ease on the car. So the car starts off moving faster and then it slows down until it reaches the stopping point right there. So that's actually what we're looking at. Okay, so I need to go back to, whoa, excuse me. I need to go back to my mask, and I need to, let's grab it right there, and then come to this point right here on the timeline. Okay, so I'm on the timeline. I've selected the mask, and I need to go, select the mask, then select the timeline. And then up here, here's my ease right here. And I happen to make a note that I had it set at 75. Okay, so it's an ease out at 75. So once I do that, okay, now you can see it follow. Okay, and it's sticking right with the car. So let's check one last time. I'm going to go do a preview. And that time, you see how it's followed right with the car that time. So if I go back over here, I can also go to my timeline and scrub through. You see it sticks with it. Actually, let's do that. And let's scrub back through it again. And we move nice and slow, and you see how it's revealing right behind the car right there. Okay, so that's the goal that I was going for right there. So in this case, we put a mask. We used a mask to hide the Porsche type there, and then we animated it. We put its beginning point where the car starts, or right behind it. We put its ending point right up next to the car as well. Then we animated between the two, and we then added the ease to it so that it moves at the same rate as the car. So that's how we go about animating a mask.